The news starts now. AM 1240 and 95.3 FM. WJON.
Well, good morning. I'm Jim Maurice. It's now 6:32, and it's 40 right now. Your WJON Weather forecast coming up in a few minutes after the news. In the news this morning, members of the Central Minnesota Violent Offender Task Force made a large drug bust in St. Cloud yesterday. Officers used a knock and announce search warrant at a home in the 2000 block of 15th Street North. It was part of a larger investigation into the distribution of fentanyl-laced pills in central Minnesota. The pills, commonly called M-Box 30 pills, have been linked to overdoses and overdose deaths in the St. Cloud metro area recently. Officers were able to confiscate 4,200 suspected fentanyl pills and ammunition. 21-year-old Deshaun Oman was booked into the Stearns County Jail on suspicion of first-degree drug possession and being a felon in possession of ammunition. He has a previous felony drug conviction from 2023, which makes it illegal for him to have a gun or ammunition. Rocori High School kids are getting to go hog wild with the new district's meat cutting class. WJON first told you about this new class being added back in December. Now it's been in full swing for about 3 weeks now. Students are learning how to identify different cuts of meat, actually cut meat, package it. Agricultural instructor Tamara Berger says right now they are working on pigs, but they hope to do other cuts in the future.
Moving forward, if we're able to kind of do beef gets very complicated, and so we would love to incorporate that at some point, whether it be in this class or maybe like a step up level 2 sort of meat processing class at some point.
Berger says they had to turn away kids because the demand for the class was so high. She says the first 2 weeks of the course were spent learning safety, how to identify cuts, and practicing knife skills on melons before the kids actually got to start working on cutting meat in week number 3. Minneapolis City Council is set to debate this morning on pushing the start of a controversial Uber-Lyft driver pay ordinance back by 2 months to July 1st.
Observers say there are probably the votes on the City Council to do that, but prospects are less certain for changing the per mile and per minute rates to amounts recommended in recent reports by the state and city, respectively. Democrats at the state capitol have been negotiating behind the scenes on statewide minimum pay for rideshare drivers, reportedly with different rates for the Twin Cities and Greater Minnesota. Republicans at the legislature want to totally repeal the Minneapolis ordinance. Democrats say that would circumvent their goal, namely fair wages for drivers, while still making it financially possible for rideshare companies to operate. Bill Werner reporting.
Spokesman says Uber would continue to operate in Minneapolis until July 1st if the effective date of the ordinance is pushed back. Meanwhile, 4 new rideshare companies are seeking licenses to operate in Minnesota's largest city. Well, it is Severe Weather Awareness Week in Minnesota, and today is Tornado Drill Day. Counties across the state, including Stearns, Benton, and Sherburne counties. The sirens are a test of the civil defense system, but also allows schools and families to develop a plan in the event of a real tornado warning. The siren tests are at 1:45 this afternoon, then at 6:45 tonight. National Weather Service reminds you that counties own, operate, and maintain those sirens. National Weather Service does not activate them, but rather it's the counties who set their policies on when to activate them. Generally, the sirens are sounded for 3 to 4 minutes at a time and are not sounded for the entire duration of a warning. WJON News Time's coming up on 6:36, and it's 40 right now. Your full WJON Weather forecast on the way in a few minutes from now. You can listen live to WJON at home with your Amazon Echo device. Just say, hey, Alexa, play WJON. Jim Maurice, WJON.
All right, Jim, today, in addition to it being National James Day, it's also National 8-Track Day. So did you ever have an 8-track? Maybe in the house? Yeah,
my dad actually had one in his pickup truck. Okay. And then I think he had one at his barn, too, his farm shed. So,
sure.
So definitely I've listened to my share of 8-tracks.
Okay. So here's some facts about 8-tracks. So they were developed by a jet airplane manufacturer. William P. Lear founded the Lear Jet Corporation, giving plenty of celebrities and business private airplanes. The inventor gets less credit for his wonderful contributions to science. In 1964, Lear developed the 8-track as the Lear Jet Stereo 8, an improvement on the 4-track. that was available.
Wow. So he's responsible for Lear jets and 8 tracks. That's iconic.
Yeah, for sure. So in 1965, Ford first introduced players in its Mustang, Thunderbird, and Lincoln models. The first commercial 8-track players became available in September of 1965. So in Ford's Mustang, Thunderbird, and Lincoln models were the first ones you were able to get those 8-track players. And I suppose that was a big deal at that time.
Oh, for sure.
The first karaoke machine was an 8-track player. That's right. In 1971, the invention, the 8 Juke, a wooden box that combined microphone, amplifier, coin box, and an 8-track player. They sold 25,000 of those. Karaoke machine with an 8-track player. How about that?
Yeah. Huh. It had to start somewhere, right?
That's right.
Probably limited selection of songs you could sing back then, but that's okay.
I would think. There were 4 programs on each tape. So unlike more common cassette tapes, the programs, the 8-track featured 4 programs, not 2 sides. So a listener would toggle from program to program, which required the tape player to physically move its reading head.
Sure. Yeah, like if you didn't like that particular song, you could move forward to the next track and then just skip ahead to the next song.
Right. You could get 13 of them for a penny, thanks to Columbia House. I remember when they did that with cassettes.
Yeah, I bought many a cassette that way, but never a 8-track.
Yeah. So Columbia House, to try to get sales going, RCA also had a mail order record club. So yeah, they did you could get 13 for a penny.
Yeah.
8 tracks.
And I think you had to buy like a number of.
Then you had to buy 3.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, at full price.
Yeah.
In the 1980s, many popular titles were only available on 8-track. That's right. John Cougar's American Fool or the Beastie Boys' License to Kill. You could find those on 8-track. Wow. Wonder how much 8-tracks are worth these days. Is there any staying value on those? I know vinyl definitely has value, and that's kind of made a comeback in popularity.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like actual physical records are a big deal again, but
right.
I don't know if 8-tracks are ever going to make a comeback, or cassettes, really.
Yeah, I don't know if either one of them will. Yeah. All right, what do you got coming up at 7:05?
Well, there's a group at Ricori that may go on strike. We'll tell you the latest on that at 7:05 this morning.
All right, Jim, thank you. It's 6:39. We're at 42 degrees. Next on WJON, I'll be joined by meteorologist Kara Farm.
WJON radar weather.
Joined now by meteorologist Kara Foster for a look at the weather forecast. All right, Kara, so a little bit cooler today and tomorrow, huh?
A little bit cooler. It's just because of those winds. We also do have a little bit of a better chance, I should say, of rain showers today, but it's still only about a 40% chance. So really not going to be a rainy day by any means. But yeah, those winds are making a difference for sure. Now, thankfully, we're still in the 50s. So our average high is about 53. Our high for today is about 56. We'll see a chance for some rain showers late this morning. That continues all day, mixing with sunshine. Northwest winds are 10 to 15, gusting up to 25, but do increase tonight. We'll see a chances for rain until early this evening. Otherwise clear, dip down to 37. North winds gusting up to 30. Tomorrow, the winds and the rain are gone, and we're clear for a few days. It's going to be really nice. Sunny 59 on Friday, sunny 74 on Saturday, sunny 73 on Sunday, and still in the 70s on Monday. But we do see some showers and thunderstorms come back in the forecast starting Monday. That goes into Tuesday and also into Wednesday. Temperatures will cool back down to the 50s by then, but overall, a gorgeous forecast and definitely what we need for this time of year. A little bit of precip, but also the nice sunny warm days will get the plants going for sure. Today's forecast is brought to you by Fleet Farm. I'm meteorologist Kara Foster.
All right, Kara, thank you. It's 6:42. We're at 41 degrees. The official high at the Sinclair Airport yesterday was 71. Low was 35. We had just 0.05 of an inch of rainfall yesterday. The average high temperature for this date is 52. Average low is 31. Record high temps at a 1968 of 82. Record lows at a 1940 of 10. Right now, 41 degrees at WJON. Coming up next on WJON, I'm going to give you, in just a couple of minutes, I'm going to give you a chance to win a couple of tickets to go and see that Elvis show that you just heard the advertisement for. So that show is coming up on Saturday, April 13th at Medina Entertainment Center. It's called Elvis, a tribute to the King. So an opportunity to win tickets in just a few minutes here on WJON. Time now for a CNBC Market Update.
This podcast is sponsored by Ramp. Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's corporate cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 5% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now, get $250 when you join Ramp. Just go to ramp.com/easy. Ramp.com/easy. ramp.com/easy.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.